It's some bullshit. It really is.
Twinkies. Eric. Okay, work.
No, I'm just chilling here. Oh, hey! What's wrong?
Technically, I already won.
No, he didn't.
This guy's just freaking.
My wrist didn't even go down.
All right, man. 4 seconds already. 4 seconds. Let's go.
I know.
Somebody beat somebody. Get away.
Last 2 inches, bro.
I'm recording this shit.
Yo!
What?
I got.
Let's go, Jacob.
Hey, what's up, guys? That was an annoying arm wrestle match, but essentially the goal for this week. This is week 3 of the peak, and the goal was to lift 80% for a 5x4 for every single compound movement. So essentially, I had a deadlift 415 for a 5x4, which I was able to complete at an RP of like probably 8, maybe 9. There definitely was more in the tank after the last set, although the last set was fairly ugly. I probably had about 1 or 2 more reps left in me, which is a decent sign. This is my 3rd set because I wanted to at least get 1 video every 2 sets in order to really just see how the I guess form progression is and the speed in comparison to the first, 3rd, and last set. I just wanted to see how it was moving, how consistent it was, and overall it was fairly decent. It wasn't until about the last set that things were a little bit iffy. So as you can see right here, I'm kind of sort of panicking. So the 1st and 3rd rep were solid, but the 2nd rep, my hips were just too low, so they shot up, and my shoulders hunched forward a bit. And then the last rep was just an all-out decent round, pretty much. This is my boy Tyrone. Now, if you can see here, I'm giving him some tips where I'm telling him to push those hips back. I'm telling him to pull himself into the bar. I'm trying to teach him these different cues, lock his lats, open up his hips, etc. The only mistake that I notice is that, I don't know, maybe if it's his gut, just due to leverages, but he just always backs himself up. Like, he steps back before he pulls, and that makes him pull the bar into him, which is already exerting a lot of force. That's very unnecessary in the first place. If he's just able to get that bar closer to him, then it would definitely be much more efficient, smoother pull, probably a more solid lockout, and he would definitely get a lot of, I guess, benefits of speed off the ground because he's not pulling from such an awkward position. And this is, we're getting some pause squats in, nothing impressive or anything, you know, just a couple sets of 2 plates. This is actually his first time doing pause squats in a long time because he doesn't train often, and he had 2 plates for, if I'm not mistaken, 5, right? Or 3, I'm not sure, but he did pretty good. I decided to do some stiff legs, which felt pretty shitty. I mean, I know it looks okay on camera, but it felt like a freaking grind. Everything was super slow. I was just really cooked after my working sets on the regular deadlift, and then the pause squats on top of that wasn't great. For the bench, I had to bench 215, which is 80% of 270, and I had to do that for 5x4 as well, obviously, and things moved fairly well. I don't want to say they moved good because my elbows are flaring and overall felt a bit awkward. I didn't feel tight, but things were moving, despite as crappy as it felt. For the squat, I had to hit 280 for a 5x4. Now, as you can see, my depth isn't great on all of the reps. This was my first week trying a different form, so like I think the first set was pretty crap in terms of depth. This set looked pretty decent except for the first rep. So overall, like, this change in my form is just something that I've been working on when it comes to depth. Definitely not able to get depth nearly as easily. I have to focus on it a lot more. Whereas before, I would just sink it hella hard, but I wouldn't, it just wasn't tight, you know? Like, a pro powerlifter told me that you shouldn't sacrifice tightness and stability for an easier lift, for a more comfortable lift. In other words, like,
You got it.
I should stick with this tight form where I feel much more stable instead of going for a loose squat that I'm just able to hit depth a little bit more easily.
35.
Then I did some wide stance snatch grip deadlifts from Candido, and overall, like, the week was fairly successful.
Lazy to fucking put
I don't really have any complaints, and yeah, peace out.
Do you feel the vibe?